Whoa. My stream completely died and I didn't know it. How long has it been out? Let me go back. The last comment I have is, wow, SF looks so vibrant, very nice. So, let me show you guys something. I'm sorry that the stream cut out. I don't know what the hell happened. I got 0 viewers. Alright. Anyhow, I was wondering why I was getting no comments the whole time. Oh, that sucks. I was recording, so over, let's see.
How we can stop the fear, how we can work together, so that you have. We're really grateful that you're here today. I don't know.
So we
yes,
have
yes. Sharing again how people can get involved. There are wonderful organizations, Carescent being one of them. And again, I mentioned it too, that are at the border. And if you want to donate with them, 555, stop the tears. 555.
So, I thought I was recording the whole time, then I noticed on the little, in the little corner that it had a record button, meaning that it had stopped recording for some reason. But there were people who were singing over there about ending the deportation. So, as of right now, there's no viewers. Oh, 2 people, I think. So yeah, that sucks. I don't even know how long it was gone for. I was getting some pretty good footage too. I mean, the good news is that it was just, you know, demonstrations and whatnot. It wasn't actually interviews, but yeah. If this thing is live, let me know. I think it should be. I see a little ticker. Okay. Just go ahead and drop any comment at all, so I know that everything's going right. I'm heading up over towards Union Square, up over this way, and we'll see what it's like over there. Oops. Wow. Oh, David Mraz. David Mraz. David. David. How are you?
Where you been?
I'm streaming right now online, but.
So what are you doing now?
Oh, I'm on YouTube. I have a daughter. I'm raising my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How are things at the theater?
Wonderful. I'm still there, going on 40 years.
Yeah, I know. How's life at the theater?
Wonderful.
How's everybody?
Fine. We're still working.
Is Kevin still there?
Yes, Kevin's there, Dominic's there, Matthew's there. We're all the same.
Tony?
Tony. Who's Tony?
Tony, he was at some point in time a head of house or whatever.
He was what?
Oh, looks like the video's back up. What are you up to?
I'm on my break. I'm going back.
Oh, okay.
Uni performance.
All right. I don't want to take up all your
how's
time.
Your wife?
She's doing fine.
Good.
Yeah.
So
How's the family?
Delicious. How's your family?
My family's good. My
How's
family's
your
great.
Pet?
How's my what?
Pet.
How's my what?
Pet.
My pit?
P-E-T.
Pet?
Dog, like dog.
I don't have any pets.
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh no. Yeah.
Are you still living on Richmond somewhere?
No, I live over at the Glen Park area.
Oh, okay. Not too far from me.
Yeah. I remember you had quite a nice place.
Huh?
You have a nice place.
Uh-huh.
All right. Nice to see you too. No, oh, hey, have you heard from John? John Schwaboda. The University Club. You remember the University Club? The University Club, you know, you used to play piano over at the club. I was a caregiver for a person named John. I would take him over there and we'd have lunch over inside a hotel.
That sounds familiar, but I didn't know.
That was the case.
Who did I play the piano with?
Yeah, you play the piano there.
Where?
I forget what hotel it was.
No, it's a caregiver you were taking care of.
Yeah,
and
I was taking care of.
I played the piano.
Yes, yes. You would come and eat too. You were never able to get your spouse with you, but.
Thanks.
Oh, it was like what, like 5 years ago?
More than 5. Well, anyway.
All right.
I never heard of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he's alive or not, or if he died. Yeah, I lost contact with him because I wasn't his caregiver anymore. So. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the club right up on Powell Street.
Yeah, I think so.
Right
yeah.
there. Now I know.
And it would be like $38.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
But I gotta get going. I'll call you.
Okay, bye. 911.
Okay. While it's so crowded, go to the skating rink. Yeah, good idea. Okay. Sorry about that. I saw somebody I used to work with at the theater a long time ago. And at the time, there was nobody who was watching. So how long was the stream out for? That's a real question. I was filming some people who were singing in protest about about ending deportations. And I was there for a while, and then I noticed, like, oh crap, there's no, like, I just noticed that the icon had a little record button there on the corner of my screen. So right now, you guys want to place me? I am outside the maze, well not outside, but at the corner of Powell and something else. It ended right around when you left the Metreon and went past the hotel strike. Oh no, that's garbage. I had so much great footage. This thing's wigging out. All right. So, anyhow, I'm literally like half a block away from Union Square. Oh yeah, also, so you guys didn't see this yet, the cable cars are all decorated. Right over there. You see we got the palm trees all lit up. And there's a strike right across the street too. It used to be they would put like a real tree right in the middle, like a ginormous tree over there. No, I'm on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube, okay.
Yeah. So. Whoops. All right, let's see. They should have an ice rink up over here. Is it stable? Is it smooth? Do you guys prefer... Hold on, let me switch it over. Do you guys prefer the gimbal or not? Oh, okay, so there's so many empty stores right on Powell, it's crazy. Yeah, you know, I'm sure the rent is too damn high on those places over there. Oops. There's people taking photos. I gotta weave my way through. So, let me flip it around so you guys can see what it's like over here. So, there's the Macy's right over there. And then here we are inside Union Square. There's an ice skating rink right. Oh, I'm gonna get flagged for having this audio over here. So let me mute it for a second. So I took it off of mute. I may end up getting things messed up. Okay. Sorry. There's so many people taking photos, it's hard to get a real look. Anyhow, let me start at the base so you guys get an idea of how giant this thing is. There. Or better yet. Oops, wrong way.
You want to do that?
No.
Keep in mind I'm 6'8", so this thing is ginormous. Okay. Yep. Anyhow, they used to chop down giant trees to put here inside the middle of Union Square, but nowadays I'm not sure. I think it's just the same fake thing put over a wire mesh every year. Okay. Anyhow. Oh, I saw that metallic guy over at Beta Breakers. The guy in all silver, lit up with the rainbow colors. Uncle Chucky says stop. Stop what?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he's like stands into this. So if you look at it.
And then they got a menorah right over there. You know, it's just funny, just right next to each other. It's like, okay, the world's most giant Christmas tree next to that menorah over there. Let's see. I still love you, Lee. Your channel is way above average. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Oh, I missed a couple of comments. Well, thank you. All right. Let me go try to see if I could see anything that you guys may not be able to see anywhere else. So, I'm over at Civic Center. Question is, Yeah. You know, ever since the smoke was covering the city, I haven't really seen too many homeless people. Yeah. And as it's getting later, you know what it is? It's cold over here. So they're probably all over inside the shelters right now. But I do see somebody nodding off over here. Oops. All right. Where to now? Let's see. Civic Center. I'm sure they must have something going on over at Civic Center. So I need to go that way. So I'll take a walk off the beaten path. Maybe I'll see a little bit more interesting stuff along the way. But, you know, the people who aren't in San Francisco, they might find all this stuff interesting too. But it seems like most of the people who watch this are actually here in San Francisco. See, yeah, a lot of homeless people like to sit over along the street over here. Whoop. Not so much on this side. But we shall see. Oh, it's not zooming in. I'm trying to zoom in, I'm trying to pinch to zoom and it won't work. Rent is $250 a month in Ohio. Yeah, I bet you'd be freezing your arse off over there though right now. Hold on, let me try it. I think I found the guy who was in those videos who was laughing like crazy to himself. I think this is the same guy over the newsstand area. Lots of people out and about in SF. Whoa, Teresa Trong, you finally show up. Where are you at? Teresa, explain yourself. I'm not far from where you said you were. I wasted the whole stream looking for you. Where are you at? So it must be cold tonight. Yeah, it's probably 55, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. Anyhow, Teresa, I don't see any other comments other than you saying Lee. Well, yeah. See, it's all relative cold. This might be warm somewhere else. Many of those people may be tourists. Actually, I'd wager that like 90% are. Let's see. It's chilly, not cold. Yeah, it's all relative. For San Francisco, it's cold. For Singapore, it'd be freezing, you know? And who knows? Maybe over in Ohio it would be warm. Yeah, Teresa. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you guys about a story. Let's see, what's your favorite taqueria in SF? It used to be, my favorite taqueria in SF used to be the one over at 24th and Mission. But their quality has kind of gone down. El Farolito, I think it was called. Yeah. But my favorite one now is, what do you call it?
Did you get the good side of me?
Yeah. Oh, you're not on.
What?
Oh, come over here, you could be on. El Pancho Villa, over by 16th Street. Anyhow. So let me tell you guys about something. So here we are. That is Ellis Street over there. One time I was walking down on Powell Street, and which is the next street over, and I heard someone, like I heard running and I heard screaming, and I thought it was just some kids playing around. And yeah, they were just like going on, and I didn't even look behind me. And then people ran past. There was like a black girl and then a white guy, and then later on there was a this Asian girl who was like screaming and crying. And once I saw her, I was like, oh my God, something happened. She was screaming that her phone was stolen. So I ran and chased both of them, and I ran down first on Powell Street, and then turned the corner, and then ran up over here, and caught the. So I went to go get the black girl in front. I thought they had both stolen, so I went and got the one in front and grabbed her, and turns out that the other guy who was running was actually chasing her, but wasn't fast enough to catch her. So I did a citizen's arrest, and the police came, and then later the girl had come. I guess she had come here from South Korea. This is her first time downtown, and once she came to where I was at and got her phone, she just like had a complete meltdown, and she like collapsed on the floor over there. And yeah, I was trying to talk to her, trying to tell her to calm down, and she was like hyperventilating and saying that her hands, like she couldn't feel her hands, she couldn't move her hands. I think she basically just hyperventilated, just running and screaming. But we had to like give her some juice and stuff, bring her sugar levels back up so she could finally gain control over herself. But I just thought, I just was remembering that, just seeing it right here the last time I was over there. But it was pretty crazy. And oh, the craziest part, so that girl who had stolen was like 15, and this like I had her restrained. Her friend came over and like was trying to get her free, and like then she was, oh stop, I have asthma, you gotta let me go, I got asthma. So then like I let her actually go to get into her backpack to get an inhaler, but thinking back, I shouldn't have, because there could have been a weapon inside there. So later on, this old guy looked homeless. This old black guy came over, and they said, "Oh, that's my uncle. Let us go. That's our uncle." And I was like, "No. I'm waiting for the police to come." That other guy who was chasing also, I was telling him while I was holding the girl, like, call the police, and he was like, no, he was like, I don't know. He was just like so scared to call the police. I finally got somebody else to call. And what happened after that? Oh yeah, so that guy, he found, like, he came over to get her, and then he found out the police were coming, and he went, okay, and then he just like walked away, and that was that. So I think those three had it all set up to where the girl would steal it, run around the block, hand the phone over, and then go sell it somewhere. But anyhow, hopefully the stream didn't cut out while I was telling that story. So I'm sort of zigzagging on my way over. Oh, you know what? There's actually some pretty good Indian places over around here. And since you guys are interested in food, this place over here, this Thai place, the old Siam, they make a like a limeade that's actually really good. Is everybody still here? Is everything still working? I have no way of knowing whether everything's going okay. Do you live in the Tenderloin? No, I used to live in the Tenderloin. I went over to visit where I used to live at a couple times. But yeah, I used to live. Oh, sorry. I used to live over at Turk and Leavenworth, which is basically right at the heart of the Tenderloin. Speaking of which, let me go over this way. See, Nippy. Okay, yes. Okay. Crazy. Oh, that's a hotel. Okay. Yeah, so that guy right there was picking at the cracks of the concrete, looking for crack rocks in the ground. It's sort of a common sight. Oh, so right in front of me, there is a Glide Memorial Methodist Church. Yeah, you can kind of see the. I'm not sure if you guys can see the cross up there, but over there in front is where that metro bus is blocking the way. That's they give. Oh, there's going to be lots of homeless people over there. In fact, there's homeless people on the other side too. So this is where they give out food to the homeless people. Give out, I think you could go there for breakfast, and they give out lunch, and I'm not sure about dinner, never had dinner over there. Oh, you want to be on here? Okay. What's going on? Oh, watch out, don't get run over. South, I used to be in Sacramento.
Yeah, just enjoying the night, man, with this good man right here. You know, my kids and my lady.
Oh, that's cool.
I just want to say hi to the camera. That's
oh, okay.
Have a blessed night.
All right, you too. So, yeah, I actually, when I was homeless, I actually. Oh, look, people are subscribing. When I was homeless, I actually went and ate over at Glide, but. It was pretty rough. I hadn't eaten like for a day, and I went with my friend Carlos, who was also homeless at the time. Somebody's walking through traffic looking for money. You know what? This might be that guy. Sometimes I see people that have been in previous videos. But anyhow, when I was over at Glide, there was, let's see, Kirsten, you know, hi. When I ate over at Glide, it was rough because they just had you know, cereal. So I was having like just your standard Special K, or not Special K, but you know what I mean, K-Logs cereal, and it was like sitting next to people who just smelled like stale pee, and like, you know, Kellogg's cereal kind of has that smell already, and I just couldn't, and the milk was warm, and I couldn't do it. Let's see, ever go to Little Henry's Italian restaurant on Larkin? Regulars are cops, and I'm not sure if I could say that without getting in trouble. No, I haven't eaten over there. Let's see, didn't Mike, one guy you interviewed say he slept outside of Glide? No, his name's not Mike. His name was, it was Destin. Like Destiny without the E. Yeah, you know what? I could go look for, but I kind of did scope it out. I didn't see him. Like, oh, I've been homeless too. The food choices suck. Yeah, well, the housing sucks too. But such is life being homeless. So there's the Warfield Hotel. Let me show you guys this. You could go to the... Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. Let me try one last time to... Oh, it doesn't... Oh, there it goes, zooming in. Oh, you can't see. Well, anyhow, right now it's the Warfield Ho. Actually, I don't know what's going on over there. They just got it. Sorry. Just got a chair in the middle of the street. Told you guys one time before I saw a chair out in the middle of the street. I went to go pick it up, and somebody was about to stab me with a hypodermic needle. It's like stuck between deciding whether or not to stab me or to sell the chair to me. Everything sucks when you're homeless. Yeah, that's true. That's kind of the point. How long were you homeless? Well, I was homeless. When I was 18, I was dropped off outside of a homeless youth shelter called the Larkin, which, funnily enough, is over on Ellis Street. So, I was staying with my friend's house, apartment, for like 3 weeks until his girlfriend got sick of me and kicked me out. Meanwhile, I was trying to get on a waiting list to the shelter. I was over at that shelter for like 3 or 4 months. And I was working at the same time until... Hold on, I'm going to flip the camera around. I was over there for like 3 or 4 months until I was able to get into another program called... hold on. I was able to get into another program called Guerrero House, where I was there for like a year and a half on top. So I guess you could say about 2 years, but actually homeless, like living in a homeless shelter, it was yeah, like 4 months, something along those lines. But you know what is, I was raised in children's shelters, you know? So it really wasn't that, it felt like it was almost my whole life. Plus, afterwards, there was always the risk of, like, falling back into homelessness because I had no support system. So it's like something that I've always been struggling with, like, you know, not struggling with, but it's always felt like it was looming, you know? But yeah, it's crazy because it feels like such a big part of my life, just simply because it kind of blends in with being in the shelters and group homes, like, as a youth. I mean, the first children's shelter I entered is when I was 11. Well, anyhow, I am like right in the TL, and for that person who was asking had I ever lived in the TL, I'll show you where I used to live, because I think it's just 1 block away. I may call an audible and stop though. Let's see, Katie, you know, or Kirsten, you know, I totally have that same feeling. Yeah. I mean, it's good, right? It's good because you know, gotta keep your wits about you. Make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen ever again. I remember when I had left the homeless shelter, people telling me that I would be back. You know, they're like, "Oh, you'll be back." Everyone always comes back, but I never actually came back. So I was always proud of that. Let's see. Yes, it keeps you striving. So right now we are in a pretty sketchy spot. Okay, so this is where I used to live. Oh, behind these gates over here. I used to live over here, up on the 3rd floor. So you see here it's Leavenworth. And, whoops, Turk. So, I used to live up there on the 3rd floor. The one with the window just a tiny bit cracked. That's the bathroom. Used to be my bathroom. And so at like 4 in the morning, there'd be people selling drugs over here, screaming and yelling, and people under here making all kinds of noise. One time, late at night, I was walking over this way, heading over to the corner store, and I nearly bumped into somebody who was sucking his thumb. And actually, I was rounding the corner, and like was literally about to bump into this guy who was getting injected in the neck by somebody else. So let's see, no relatives, no mom, no dad. Well, so my mom's paranoid schizophrenic, and so I never really knew her until I was 11, and I lived with her for a couple years, but I was taken out of there because I was getting super sick. It's a little bit sketch over here, so I'm gonna go over this way. Yeah, my mom was schizophrenic, and I lived with my dad. My dad beat me. Hold on. And so my dad beat me, and I had asked him, like, so I didn't live with him. That's why I'd lived in the group homes and stuff. I'd asked him when I was homeless I tried to ask him. The camera's going crazy. Sorry about that. if I could stay with him until I got, like, you know, enough money to go out and be on my own. But he cut me off before I could ask him. Last time I had heard from my mom, I was 17. So I spent I spent a good long time looking for her, trying to find her on Facebook and YouTube, MySpace, and just Google searches, any kind of. I did image search under her name and looked at every single picture, like thousands of pictures. She had multiple different last names. I checked every different last name. I couldn't find her, and found out just recently that she actually had died shortly after I talked to her. So that's why I don't really have any support, any safety net, any family really. Yeah. Let's see. I can't see because the letters are white. Okay. Did you ever get robbed or beat up? Nope. I've had people try to rob me. Let's see. Hey, I'm filming myself. Yeah. Let's see. Here, I'll aim it over here so he doesn't get upset. Let's see. I was beat up and mother was a junkie. Much love to you. Thank you, Dion. Let's see. New homeless shelter opening up at former Bristol Hotel. Let's see. I don't have family either. Yeah, you know, actually, I stopped talking to my father recently. Just because he never really accepted responsibility for what he did. Let's see. I could never find my mom either. State took me away from her when I was 11 too. Yeah, I was taken away when I was 13, so I'd stayed with her for like a couple of years. Yeah. Anyhow. But I guess I've gotten used to it. It's not really an issue anymore. Although, you know, a year ago I was like severely depressed thinking about it. And actually, maybe it is sort of an annual thing. Sort of the anniversary of her death, or when I found out that she had died, I get kind of sad. And it's like I gotta figure out why I'm feeling so depressed. So anyhow, it was a bit sketchy where I was at, so I'm heading over towards Market Street again. So it's just a few more blocks, and then I'll be over at Civic Center, and I'll go check things out over at Civic Center. Again, this is going over towards the Tenderloin again. Oh, here we go.
I think it's funny how we used to go to school and play checkers, and then next thing you know, you running around with Glock 40s. We ain't never believe in the police. They was shooting shit. Yeah, they called it a contact. They put it
Yeah, so we're just half a block away from Civic Center. It's just right across the street. And Civic Center is where the Union Square is at.
Thank you.
So there's that guy. I was pretty sure he was going to try to snatch my phone, but there's a benefit to being 6'8". Whoa, what is going on over there? Oh, nothing. He was the guy with the bike, I guess, was shining the light at the people over there. Thought it was a cop or something. Do you have a love in your life? Yeah, I have. I got my own little family, and yeah, I mean that was a that was a dream of mine ever since I was 8 years old. You know, I wanted to have a child and to be able to, I don't know, just be the best father I could possibly be. And yeah, that's basically what I feel like I'm doing now. I have a 3-year-old little girl that I'm taking care of. Yeah. So I don't know why, but this area here is fenced off. They got this little fountain over here. Probably to stop the homeless people from bathing over here. Oh, it says, pardon the disruption, the fountain is closed for cleaning and maintenance work. But it's been closed for a while. I don't understand how it's closed for maintenance when the water's still running. Anyhow, let's go see what's happening over here. Let's see, where's the loud music from? Oh, it's coming from a boombox. You were 6'8", freaking tall, dude. Yeah. Let's see. You're near City Hall. That's where I'm going to. I thought maybe something would be going on over in this area over here, but nothing's going on so far. Not so far, I mean right now. So yeah, City Hall. Looks like I think there's supposed to be a huge ice rink in front of City Hall. Oh, there's rats. Hold on. Oh. You can see them scurrying about. Look at all those guys. Yeah, those are not mice. Those are rats. Oh, they keep scurrying away when I move the camera over towards them. Let's see. Well, you know, Union Square has an ice rink. Yeah, but I think the one over in front of, I think the one over here is actually bigger. I think it's 400 feet. You're 6'8". Yes, I am. Look, if that one person had come on the stream, you would see that I am in fact 6'8". So yeah, I do see lights over here. I'm not sure how much is showing up, but I do see a bunch of lights, and it looks like there's stalls over there set up. But it gets dark early. So here we go. Okay, so so tall. When you jump out of bed, you pole vault into the bathroom. You heard Curry was in a minor wreck a few days ago. No, I didn't hear about that. I don't really read too much news actually, or watch too much news. Okay, I'm trying to be fast as I walk through here, just because there's not really much to see. How stable is this? It should stabilize the rotation, but not the bobbing. So maybe it's like stable and it's just me going up and down. So now we're like across the street from City Hall. There's an ice skating rink. Third leg pole vault. Well, you know what? I could just stay in bed and then use the third leg. Go in the bathroom from there. Just unroll it. Seems like maybe this is the back side of it. Yeah, I guess this is a lot smaller than I had expected. So this one is smaller and more expensive. City Hall looks awesome. Do the colors change? Yeah, I believe they do. So they got the trees all lit up in line, like in this little walkway. Oh, look at this. Let's see, being homeless was hard to keep bathed in public bathrooms. Yeah, I did that. I actually stayed on top of a hotel for a while and used their bathrooms over there. Also would take showers at the homeless shelters. So here we are, City Hall. You can see, well, and maybe you can't see. Let me try to zoom in. Oh, there it goes. It's gilded with gold leaf. I think it used to be, I think they used to have a lot more gilding than, but people were chipping it off. So wow, look at all those people lined up. What's this line for?
Jingle Ball.
Jingle Ball, what's that?
It's a concert up on the radio station.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So there's this huge line. Oh, there it is. Wild 94.9's Jingle Ball. Wow, look at that. There's so many people here. There's no way everybody could fit out there.
You fake them and you just like click the right through?
Like it's going all the way around. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Okay, look at that. Whoops. And it's on the other side of the street too. No way. No way they have capacity for everybody. Yeah. Let's see. Lee, do you have the tree set up at home? You know what? The place that I live at is super tiny, so we don't have space for a proper tree. Plus, we got to go up a few flights of stairs, and there's no elevator. So we just have like a little tree, you know, like 2 or 3 feet tall. Let's see. When trying to sleep, it is safer to get on the roof of a building. I learned that was the safest place, being a woman alone, plus no animals sneak up on you. Actually, it's crazy. It's crazy. Something I learned a while ago is a lot of homeless people get raped, you know? So, I've talked to a few homeless people about it, but nobody has really opened up and said anything about it. Okay, so I get it. So the line wraps around all the way over there, and actually backs some, and it goes all the way around, over there, around the corner, and then they bring them over here, where it then continues. Hold on. Oh, sorry, excuse me. And then it then continues to go on and over, snake over that way. There must be like 20,000 people lined up. I don't know what the capacity for that place is. There's like literally tens of people, tens of thousands of people. Oh, don't worry, you're not on.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow. So I'm surprised that I thought that there'd be more than just that set up. Auditorium capacity is 5,500. Well, there's no way that everyone's fitting in there. There's no way. There had to be, at the bare minimum, there had to be 10,000 people lined up over there. Plus, it seems like they're moving people in there. So that's just people outside. Let's see. Have a safe night and Merry Christmas to you and yours. Thank you. Okay. So unfortunately, oops, it's moving around when I wasn't looking at it. I haven't been able to find anybody to talk to. That's a goal of mine every stream, is to try to find and talk to homeless people, see how things are for them. But I guess it's just too cold and it gets dark too early. See, correction, capacity is 8,500. I don't know, unless they're funneling people in and out of there. I don't know how they're gonna have everybody in there. So I'm going through places where there normally are a lot of homeless people. Buddy. So these people probably just shot up over here. It's a popular spot for that kind of thing. See them nodding off. Oh, looks like there's either police or security over here. Yeah, so this place over here usually has a lot of people around here. Closing up shop, and there's somebody just setting up shop over here. See if there's anything over here. Nope, nothing over at Civic Center. Somebody's carrying their walker. It's not something you see every day. Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy how things can be so bustling and then kind of just shut down. You know? San Francisco, like, it's just really bizarre. It can have, at any point in time, up to 4 million people due to tourism. But then everything shuts down at night. Oh. I don't know what's going on over there. Seems to be calling to somebody. La La Land Los Angeles, the Big Onion has subscribed. Oh, so that's the, this is the automatically cleaning toilet over here. It's a free restroom. They got like 28 of them. They're going to be building, actually they're going to be remodeling these things, putting new ones up over it, everywhere. Yeah, as far as carrying the walker, I've seen lots of things. I've seen people pushing wheelchairs. I've seen people in the wheelchair kind of scooting along using their feet. Yeah, you never know. You never know if that's really even their wheelchair or their walker. I mean, you'll also see people using like strollers, you know, like children's strollers, and like luggage bags from tourists. I always wonder where they got that from, you know, where they get them from. So, oh, here's another question I have. Are you guys able to hear in stereo? with this gimbal because I think the gimbal blocks one of the microphones. Let me switch hands here. My hand is like freezing. Hold on. So this is the right side, which I think is blocked, and here's the left side. Let's see. Ever had trolley accidentally roll over your toes? Well, that'd be those would be former toes. It's basically a train running over your toes. I've had a car trap my foot under there while I was crossing a crosswalk. Something's going on over here. Hold on. It's messed up. I couldn't zoom back out. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. So anyhow, yeah, the neighborhood kind of gets transformed at night. Transformed into sort of a scary place. Let's see, the sound is good, sound is great. Okay, cool. Good to know. So sometimes, I don't know if you guys know this, but sometimes I'm filming stuff and trying to be discreet so I don't have it like right in the center. There's some guy with a 40-ouncer. Seen anyone on Flaca? I don't know what a Flaca is. Yeah. Cool. Anyhow, it's good to hear that the sound is working properly. That was my main concern with this, other than getting robbed.
I'm not geeking. Don't talk to me. That's what I said. I still love you though. Got love for you. Fuck them boys. Bitch. Yeah, them motherfuckers stand people don't let you know.
Huh?
Sorry. Let's see. How could people lose? Let me see. How could people choose to live in in Shaka place? How could people choose to live in such a state? Maybe. You know what? Generally, the people who are out on the streets didn't have the best childhood. You know, they either were heavily abused or they suffered mental illness, and they're generally hooked on drugs, and that's basically it. So, you know, the amenities that might be valuable to you or I are not valuable to them. What's valuable to them is to get high one more time. And that's kind of how the cycle of being homeless is. Flakka is a drug like bath salts. Alright. Yeah, I don't know Flakka. And bath salts, that's basically just modified meth, right? It's like methamphetamine with like just one molecule difference.
Hey, but you recording, I should break you.
I'm recording myself.
You lucky.
Well, you want to come on? Let's see, I'm surprised SF starts getting quiet so early. Where are the tourists? Well, the tourists are probably heading home. Either that or, you know, they're supplying the people selling tourists' belongings out on the streets. Unwillingly supplying it. Wow. This club, it's not on you, it's on me. This club here, the Village, the music is so loud that the windows are rattling. Wow, I could feel the vibration. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Molly's. Well, of course, everyone's heard of that. That's the old swag. Yeah. What do you think the odds are that both of those bikes belong to that guy? How often, what other city can you see a guy out on the street walking two bikes? Did she just threaten you? Oh yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Yeah, she said you like that she ought to break my phone. I think that dude right there looked like he was gonna rob me. But I was looking straight at his face, and he changed his mind. Yeah, he was all covered up. You know, the one time people ask me if I've ever been mugged or robbed, the one time somebody tried, they had their face covered up, you know. He had the same thing going on, but I was probably double that guy's weight, so I think he changed his mind. Also the fact that I was looking straight at him. So anyhow, I end up sort of just traveling back to the same place just because it's this little pocket of activity over downtown, you know, and also there's just more to look at. Anyhow, there's still a chance. Hold on. I'm not sure if that's garbage or if there's somebody laying on the ground over there by the trash can. No, it's just a bag of trash. You know, you never know. Sometimes people just pass out, and people just walk by and don't really care. Notice how junkies have water bottles. They use that water to clean their nails. Yeah, I know they like to go into the bathrooms and clean out the needles over inside of the toilet, which is pretty scary. Let's see. La France est une gare. I don't know what that means. Al Secours. I don't know what this means. Let me try to guess. France is a warrior? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, there's a cop right there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, look at that. All of a sudden, everything's back to life. Just one block away. Help. Oh, okay. I have a couple French friends actually. It's surprising how many French people there are over here in San Francisco. I actually took French. Actually, you know what? I didn't take French. I only spent like a week trying to learn it, but I was trying to learn French and Italian and Spanish at the same time. And they're so similar, they just all got mixed up. And I ended up not learning anything because I just kept using the wrong words. Yeah. I film a lot in the streets of Toronto and nobody ever threatens me. I think Canadians are too shy to get aggressive. Yeah, I had heard that, yeah, things are a bit safe. But you know what, Toronto, there's a lot of crack smoking over in Toronto, right? Like, wasn't the mayor of Toronto even smoking crack? Can you stream in Pacific Heights next weekend? I don't know. Are there things to see? The whole thing is about whether or not I'll have sufficient bandwidth to be able to upload. You know, I've tried to do stuff like film while I cross the Golden Gate Bridge, and the signal just kept dropping out.
Good?
Oh no, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say I'm surprised that the signal never dropped out, but the signal did drop out when I was over at the cable car turnaround. And I was talking for, who knows, like 15-20 minutes to dead air. Yeah, Rob Ford. So what time it is? 6:53. So I think I will call this stream basically as of right now. But before I do, I wanted to give thanks to those people who to those people who like joined me on Patreon, and because of which, and also those people who donated in streams previous. Because of which I was able to buy this gimbal that I'm actually streaming with right now. Anyhow, so to those people, and especially because Thanksgiving just passed, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while, because it takes a special person to donate to somebody online. So anyhow, thank you to Dylan Gray, Harold Rose, Jan Frederick Drablos, Logan Sakai, Oying Nip, Trevor Gwynn, for supporting me on Patreon. And also thank you to Dat Boy, who's just a follower on Patreon. But also, if I had an easy list to read off of for those people who had, like Dr. Scopify and the legend that is Get Crack for Me, who donated $100 during I think my first live stream. Yeah, thank you guys. Let's see, French is hard to learn. Before I go though, I want to take one last look over here in the Powell Station. Almost every time there's something crazy going on over here. see, French is hard to learn. Yeah, you know what? I wanted to learn French just because. Well, actually, you know what? They want everybody to learn Spanish, and I kind of, you know, have a very basic understanding of Spanish. But I didn't want to do what everyone else was doing. So then I went to go take Italian. And then as I was taking Italian, I realized, like, wow, Italian is super limited. So why bother with Italian? Let me learn something that could be used in more countries. And I thought French would be pretty cool, you know? Like, you know, there's quite a few countries that speak French. French isn't like the most popular language to learn over here, extracurricularly. And yeah, you could be exposed to a lot of various cultures, you know? There's countries over in Africa, and a lot of Arabic people speak French. You'd be able to communicate with people that you would normally not be able to communicate with. But like I said, it all kind of fell apart as I tried to learn all of as I learned kind of all of them all at one time, or tried to at least. See, why do I hear music? I don't know. I don't hear music. However, there is normally music playing out over here. Almost every time I come out here, there'll be music playing, and I'll have my video like taken down. Alright, so anyhow, thank you guys for joining the stream. Sorry I wasn't able to find anybody to talk to, but hopefully next streams will be a lot more exciting stuff going on.
They had trouble, little girl.
Anyhow, see you guys later, peace out, and have a happy holiday. Oops, hit the wrong button there.